Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is week 4. Week 4 check-in. I'm on week 5 right now. Took me a minute. We're doing the artist way. I've been doing some morning page lives on I was doing them on Substack, but I've been sticking mostly to YouTube or TikTok, and those are co-working and like body doubling videos that you can use later also. And then sometimes I do some art after the morning pages. So how many days this week did I do my morning pages? How was the experience for you? I just have to get honest that it's harder on the weekends when I know I can sleep in and I don't have as strict of a schedule, because my kids don't have to get dropped off at school. And so I have taken the opportunity to sleep in, honestly. I think it was Saturday or Sunday, I ended up not doing my morning pages until like 3 p.m. But other than that, it's been pretty steady. I have been writing the 3 pages also, which is interesting. My artist date went really well. I did, after I went to the gym on my own and I got like a protein coffee from the smoothie bar, I went to this antique mall and I didn't have a lot of time based on my schedule, but I was like, wouldn't it be fun if I went in here and I saw what kind of ephemera I could find in like 15 minutes. And so that's what I did. I came away with some really cool stuff. I got like a 1960 National Geographic magazine, and some old photos. Lots of stuff that I can use for collage. I am going to take my time more with my artist day this weekend just because I have more availability. So it really just varies on what I'm able to do. My big synchronicity was I was listening to the podcast Grace Pilled by Hannah Williams, and I recently rejoined their Patreon. I've been on there a few times and I do a lot of their courses or their spiritual talks, and then I hop off for a little bit while I kind of like let the lessons marinate. They practice, or their practice is non-dual and non-duality. And anyways, the podcast Grace Pilled, the first season has been mainly spiritual biographies, and I was watching the last episode, or I was listening to the last episode of season 1, and they were talking about like just the state of the world and the way Christians don't seem to think that taking care of like this world is necessarily important, and how that it shows up a lot in America. And I was driving home, I was picking up pizza, this was Friday, and there was a bald eagle on the side of the road eating some roadkill, who just like locked eyes with me, didn't fly away, and just we kind of stared each other down, and then he went back to eating. And it felt very synchronistic. I hadn't necessarily asked for a sign, but it did feel important. Another issue that I'm having with my recovery is I'm still finding myself pulled in all the directions. Like I'm finding myself wanting to make comics one day and then wanting to do slow stitching the other day, and then I'll do crochet, and then I'll collage. And I am sticking with the tarot diaries. I pulled my card yesterday and I plan on writing up my first entry for that card today, and possibly making some art about it. But I find myself kind of torn between all of these paths, and I guess I thought that the artist way would kind of help illuminate the way, but I've always talked about how creativity begets creativity. So maybe the lesson is that like all of these things feed into each other. I'm still just following the curiosity. The only thing that I'm doing a bit different is like I am trying to follow through on things. Like I'm trying to finish projects. I'm trying to show up when I say I'm going to show up. Like I filmed another segment of Pockets, the art journaling class. I want to write the next installment of Letters to Imaginary Friends. I'm sticking with the Tarot Diaries, things like that. I say I'm going to do something, I want to finish it. So that's really the only difference. I'm trying to cultivate discipline, and I think the affirmations help with that. But I've also been pairing it with taking naps with hypnotic tracks and just working on my subconscious a little bit, because I do have a lot of issues with self-esteem. If you guys have any questions, or if you're joining in the journey, please leave a comment, hit like and subscribe. If you haven't had a chance, you can check out the Tarot Diaries on my Substack newsletter, or you can go to starmothpress.com, and it has most of the stuff I share across all social media in one place. If you have any questions, like I said, you can reach out to me here or any platform. I usually am pretty good about responding. I hope you guys have a creative week, and I hope that you take some time for yourself. Tomorrow is my birthday, and as long as the rapture doesn't actually happen, like they've been talking about on TikTok, I plan on, my kids get out of school early, and so I'm going to try to plan something fun to do with them. That is all we really have going on. It's almost the end of soccer season. It's starting to cool down after we've had like 90-degree weather. So I'm really hoping that fall is going to finally start feeling like fall. I hope you guys enjoy your week. Bye.